Hello everybody, I hope you are doing very well, and I've got something quite interesting to show you. So it might surprise you that I am a Chelsea Football Club supporter. I've been supporting the club now for about 21 years, sort of generally around 2000, 2001 is when I got into football, and I don't quite actually know why, but I ended up supporting Chelsea. And of course, when you're younger, you try and hope that maybe for Christmas, for birthday, or for whatever, you end up getting one of the Chelsea shirts. And, you know, football shirts they're not cheap, they're quite expensive. So there were a number of seasons, certainly at the beginning. And I suppose I understand why, because my mum might be thinking, well, he's into football, but I don't want to keep buying him all these shirts if, for whatever reason, he stops liking it. So there are a number of years where I only have maybe one or two shirts, and it might be the home shirt, it might be the away shirt, which means I have a few holes to fill when it comes to my collection. I kind of want to have every single shirt released, at least since I started supporting the club, and then I can think about buying the ones from prior to that. So, you know me, I like to have my Chelsea shirts personalised with players, and in this parcel here is one of the Chelsea shirts that I have needed. It gets a little bit difficult when it comes to finding the older ones because, well, mainly because the prices can get a little bit higher because they are obviously a little bit rarer. It's hard to find good quality shirts, and usually if they're sort of an older style, I have a bit of a dilemma of what size to buy. Because obviously when I was younger, I wasn't wearing like a medium men's, I'd wear large boys, I'd be wearing a small men's. So what I've done here is I bought this shirt in a small men's because the other shirts from this particular season were also small, so at least it follows some sort of uniformity. And I think possibly if push comes to shove, I could probably still wear the small men's, because obviously some of the older shirts were a bit baggier, so I'm kind of hoping on that. But if not, then it's not a problem. You know, I have so many shirts now. It's not often I get to wear them. I think I've probably worn this one about 3 or 4 times, partly because it has Abraham on the back now, who obviously has since left. So let's open up the parcel. I'll show you the shirt that I have got, and you can have a laugh at the player that I have on the back, and I'll explain to you where I bought it from, how much it cost, and then that's kind of it really, I suppose. I'm not going to bring the mannequin across because the size is different. I don't want to stretch it out too much. So hopefully what I ordered is in here. I have no doubt that it will be. I can actually get into it. But I can see a Chelsea logo. That's always a good start. So what have we got? Nothing else in there. No. So, what I have is this shirt here. For those of you who are a Chelsea fan, you probably instantly recognise it in 2 minutes. I think it's probably recognisable to most people. It is, of course, the 2003-2004 away shirt. I'm in the 2004-2005 third shirt. So it was in a period where we would either have shirts for 2 seasons, so like a home shirt we'd have for 2 seasons, or we would be transferring the away shirt to the third shirt for the following season. So it was, you know, sort of a bit of an economical period. But it comes to who have I got on the back. So for me, it's not that important to have the superstars because I've got plenty of Drogba shirts, Terry shirts, Lampard shirts, whatever. It's about trying to find players that have played for the club. It doesn't necessarily mean they have to play well because, trust me, there's plenty of players who never played well. A lot of them in my collection already. It's about the story. It's about when I can look back in 30 years' time, I can go, oh yes, I remember when they played for us for 10 games and then didn't do anything. Well, we have Parker. Scott Parker, of course, the player that we bought from Charlton. Ended up being with us. I think we bought him in the 2004-2005 season, I think. So technically it's not the first part of the season's shirt, but I'm not bothered about that. We bought him from Charlton. He came for 1 season, I believe, and then went off to Newcastle, was it? And then he had actually a really successful career. I think as a Premier League player, I don't think anybody would say that he was a failure. Played England quite a few times. So he just obviously didn't really work for Chelsea, which is fine, I guess. We can't expect that to happen all the time. But yeah, it's very cool. So it is a small, which is what I ordered. The condition is, of course, it's used. It's going to be very difficult to find mint condition. Like the printing here, it's got a little bit of sort of a bobbling to it. So maybe if I sort of give it a bit of a clean or sort of pull those bits off, it might look a little bit better. But there's not really that much wrong with regards to the shirt. Sponsors look pretty decent for the age, really. There is a little bit of cracking sort of where it curves around on the R and the M. But I love this design. That's very nice. It's sort of like a simple faded effect, isn't it? Really, really cool. Very happy. So where did I actually buy this shirt from? Well, it came from Depop, really. I always sort of scour on there for Chelsea shirts because, of course, when it comes to buying the Chelsea stuff, I'm buying used. I wouldn't necessarily constantly buy brand new stuff from these sort of places because it's a bit difficult to verify if they're legit or not. particularly because, you know, if it's brand new and I'm buying newer stuff, there's a lot more fakes. But this one appeared, and the price was interesting. So they were asking for £45 for it, and Depop now have a feature where you can just sort of make an offer on it. And I remember I posted on Instagram. For those of you who follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen me show this shirt, and I asked, what sort of prices should I be expecting to pay for this shirt? Am I going to be too cheap, or should I be, be careful with how much I want to spend? And sort of the ballpark that I got, average, it said generally between £40 to £80. So I suppose the average is 60, and they're already asking for 45. So at that point, I thought, 45 probably isn't too unreasonable. So I offered £35. And I thought, okay then. And they came back to me and they were like, how about 40? So I think that's fair enough. You go in the middle there. And I thought, well, if you're offering 40, you might take 38, 37. So I goes, oh, thanks for the counter offer. I appreciate it. Let me think about it. And the person was like, okay, I'm off to the post office at 10 or something to post some other shirts. Let me know. I goes, no, it's fine. There's no rush. We can do it tomorrow or the day after. I'm not in any particular rush. And they were like, okay, fine. And then maybe 20 minutes later, I got a notification of them saying that they accepted my offer for £35. So I kind of had a feeling it might happen. You know, sometimes just wait. You know, the idea is don't look too desperate. And I got it for £35, which I think is a great price. The condition is good. It's nice. Nothing wrong with it. And I've actually been able to now fill a hole in my collection. It's nice to be able to fill the hole that's sort of one shirt, but it fills two holes. So that's really, really cool. So I think I maybe only have to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 more shirts to go. So it's still quite a way, but we're getting there. Anyway, what do you think of the shirt? Do you think it's really cool? Sort of this one definitely takes you back, doesn't it? You know, when you first start getting into football, and this is one of the shirts that the players are wearing. So yeah, very, very happy with that. £35, great little bit of business, and I probably will never ever wear it or maybe touch it ever again. Anyway, that's it really. The next video I'm going to release on Friday is going to be an absolute storm banger, and then yeah, we'll see what happens the following week. As always, I hope you continue to have a great week. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.